As Athenians, we are formed and thought in accordance with the Ignatian spirituality and many of its value and principle of the founder of the Society of Jesus, Ignatius of Loyola. But what does this particular value means? Non multa sed multum. It is a Latin phrase that translates to not many but much. It means not many things but those that are deep and fundamental. It implies that we students should focus on mastering fewer things in real and great depth rather than focusing on many things but only knowing only the tip of the iceberg.
The muchness of a work, its quality, can be much more significant than the mere number of tasks that a person accomplishes. It also means it is more significant to have profound knowledge and appreciation of what is most important than to possess shallow or superficial fragments of information. Let this particular Ignatian value be embedded in our everyday lives so that it is not necessary for us to be good at everything. Thus, we must bear in mind that we should only be those things that are important or that will assist us in carrying what Christ commanded us to do.
Which is to love God with everything that we have and to love our neighbors just as how Jesus loves us.
Correct kayo dyan, Liberty and Jarod. Kaya guys, as Athenians, may this Ignatian value teach us and remind us na it is always vital to have a profound knowledge and appreciation of what is most important to us than to possess superficial and shallow pieces of information. Kasi guys, non-multa sed multum suggests that doing fewer tasks with superior quality is always better than completing more tasks but only having inferior quality about it. It also highlights that the necessity to delve thoroughly into the motivations behind our actions rather than only being pleased with our output or our outcome. Kana bitong mindset na, bahala na. It is what it is, diba? Kaya guys, I hope na what's important to you in your life is always aligned with the path towards serving Jesus Christ. Naunta, we are not blindsided by material things that we possess. Also, never forget na when we want to serve God and others, dili dapat in a way na nagpakitang tao ra bitaw ta. But dapat you must serve them wholeheartedly, kanang tao sa puso or sincerely gyud, dili nang aron pakingon bitaw ka na ay butan gyud siya pero more bitaw plastic imong intentions. It's not, your intentions aren't in the right place. So ayun, that is it for non-multa sed multum. So let us now dive deeper into the next Ignatian value, which is contemplative in action.
Our world is characterized by never-ending schedules, hustling, and cramming. Admittedly, there are several situations in which there are absolutely too many things to handle, may it be at school, at home, or even at work. We just don't know where to begin and stop. Then we ask ourselves, what do I need to do? This is where the 8th Ignatian value takes place, being contemplative in action. It teaches us to stop, reflect, learn, and hustle again. The first step is to stop. When we stop in what we are doing, we let ourselves rest. And we become mindful of where we are right now and learn to acknowledge our experience.
The second stage is reflection. As we proceed in this next step, it enables us to identify a solution to what must be done. It also provides us opportunity to process our experiences and learn from them, and we also acquire a deeper meaning from these experiences and apply it in our everyday lives. But how do we reflect on these experiences? It can be done either through having an intimate conversation with Jesus by using the examen prayer, or having your daily devotion. You can also do it through faith sharing among your peers, family, and even your Ignatian circle. The next stage is to proceed with hustling again. The goal is to allow your time for meditation and prayer to shape your approach to your work or task when you return to them. It will help you see things from a different perspective, a perspective that lets you see how Jesus would respond to the situation that you are in. No longer do you do things mindlessly, but you give it your all and always do things to glorify Jesus Christ.
Afterwards, we then proceed back to work and then repeat the entire process of stopping, resting, reflecting, learning, and working again. Always keep in mind that despite the hectic pace of the learning program, it is always possible to incorporate the mission cycle into our busy lives.
Indeed, thus we must find time for our contemplation to take place because it feeds our approach to our activities and responsibilities in life and vice versa.
Thank you, Kim and Rona, for expounding and explaining your thoughts and insights about what you understood about the 8th Ignatian value, contemplative in action. Kaya guys, let us never forget what we have learned today, especially semifinals is fast approaching na ba? I pray that despite our hectic schedules, we will establish a practice of consistent and contemplation in order to acknowledge God's presence in our everyday lives and use the resources of Ignatian discernment to make rational and sound decisions. That's all for our presentation, guys. Thank you for listening, stay safe, and may God bless us all.